You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy, Al Mega, and welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders Podcast. And today we have a return guest from ASAP Imagination, all right? But she was here when it was ASAP Comics before the change, but she's still the editor-in-chief. She's the writer with her own kick-ass book out now, available at the shop. She is the writer of Sister Grimm. We're about to learn all about this amazing book with the one, the only, the uber talented Laurie Cunningham. What up, homie?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, good, surviving.
Excellent. Be surviving because you're definitely kicking ass, and because your future is not as grim as Sister Grimm's. Hey.
hopefully, yeah. She's got a bit of a tough road ahead of her. To be fair, yeah, I don't have that kind of road. Some days it feels like it though.
Sometimes we all wake up in that type of way, and we're going to get into what we mean in a little bit. But since your last visit, because we've had you on a couple of times prior when ASAP is always doing something big, what you been up to since the last time we were on? I know you were editing a plethora of books, and Sister Grimm was just something still in the back of your head the last time I had you on.
Yeah, I think that the last time I would have been here would probably been when we released Perspectives, which was ASAP's first charity anthology. And then since then, I guess we've been releasing a whole bunch of, creator-owned books through the Anyone world, and we've also had some more comics and stuff coming out through our main continuity. Had a big push for that this year, and my comic was one of those. So that released in July, and yeah, it's been busy. But I also had a little baby at the start of January, or I guess the end of January, start of the year. And that's been a bit of a juggle there too. So, I think you're muted, Al.
Yes, it happens. It's called technology. It's foreign technology. Okay, so you've been busy. You a new baby, so congrats on that. So being a mama, which is a full-time job. Yeah. You're an EIC as well, and you're writing. How many arms do you have? Are you hiding an extra arm back there?
just full octopus. Yeah, I don't know. It's busy. And I know kind of going into this year, there's a lot planned, and I needed to, but I was aware that having a new baby, I kind of needed to not overdo it. So I know it's my second kid, so I know the first year it's just hard. And I know I've heard that from multiple people. It doesn't matter how many kids you have, the first year is just hard because you have this new needy little human who just demands constant attention and wants to be fed and stuff. The nerve.
How dare they get hungry? Get up, kid. You should learn cooking.
God. Yeah. Here's some matches. Here's the stove. This is how you turn it on. But yeah, so it just was kind of, I needed to make sure I didn't want to promise too much. So I kind of needed to step back a little bit. And I know that put a lot of extra load onto Hades' shoulders, and he's already got a massive load. So he's a machine, man. So he's good. But I've been trying to I just kind of being who I am and how much I love all this. It's impossible to stay away. So I kept keeping my fingers in, and at least at the start it was still kind of at least texting and stuff. And I think at this my creator brain just gets antsy and stuff. So if it starts to atrophy, I guess you kind of need to just keep it active, and it needs to get in there and get back going. So, and I know we wanted to get this out, so there's a big push, and I have some obviously EIC duties as well. So I don't know, it's just impossible to stay away, and there's days where it's just chaotic. But
do you happen to edit your own book too on top of that?
I do, but I need other people to look at it, because you need that kind of you're too close to it, right? And so I have some people that kind of my go-to people to be does this make sense? Does this work? And I know, especially for Sister Grimm, because it was my first comic and I'd never really written one before. And I know way back when Hades was trying to convince me to write it, I was pretty skeptical that I should even be doing it. So he's obviously been a big mentor role in scripting and story and layouts and formatting and stuff there. So he was very key in helping to get this out, and good accountability partner when I'm freaking out at deadlines and overwhelmed and stuff. So yeah, and like, but we have like other people who can check my my grammar and spelling and stuff. So because it is like when you're editing your own stuff, you kind of have some blinders on because you're too close to it. You're like, of course this is perfect, which of course, but obviously of course it's not. So it's nice to have some other people give it a read and make sure that you're not just completely delusional. So
see, I was very sad because we were also supposed to be joined by the artist on the book as well.
Yeah.
So salute, big homie. I hope you get Nico, well really soon, and we'll catch you next time. Don't you worry. If you want to do a Spanish language podcast, I'm down.
Yeah, you could just do it with him. He'll be good.
So talk about that. How did that bromance, if you will, started? That creative bromance there, to get the book. How did you even find Nico? How did you get linked with him to work on this project?
It was tricky because we were looking again. Things were kind of delayed. We're kind of waiting for some things to fall in place with a lot of the main continuity and Sister Grimm included. And part of that was finding artists, and we needed a few things, kind of dominoes to fall into place, I guess. And we kind of looked at a few people, and we're testing out and looking for that right style and vibe and stuff, right? Like a lot of artists have like certain styles that they're like really adaptive and stuff. And I don't know, like for some reason Sister Grimm just seemed extra tricky because we were really looking for that certain vibe. And we actually found Nicolas through one of our other artists, Mateo. Oh, I want to say Maciarowski.
Yes. Let me tell you.
I hope that's right. Maciarowski.
Zoom tight.
Yeah. It's got one of those really long multi-syllable last names where I'm just like, I hope that's right. I'm sorry, Mateo, if it's not. But
listen, I'm a name killer too. And when he was on, I just want to call him Mr. M. All right.
Yeah, Mr. M over there. And so because he's in Argentina and Nicolas is from there too. So I'm not actually quite sure what their connection is, but they know each other. And I think that there's actually a chance that they know each other through one of our other artists. So it's kind of like an indirect contact.
Oh, wow.
But
nice.
Yeah. So it's been great there. And so we basically, Hades and I went through his portfolio and we're kind of talking about it and a few things that we loved. He had this kind of great, kind of gritty, but like watercolor, like which we really loved. It was like, so it's kind of like beautiful, but also gritty. And we're like, oh, this could work. And he had a few kind of like eerie, darker images in there. And like he had this one Phantom of the Opera kind of story-esque thing. And we're like, oh, this like could really work. So I kind of reached out to him and we were kind of talking about the story, sent him like some synopsis, I guess. And we tested out some concept designs and he just nailed stuff basically right away. And he just had such a good vibe. So like the cover and stuff, it had this like, when he did it, it's just like, yeah, it has this great like eerie, and that's what we're like, the whole issue kind of has this like melancholy, like wistful, but like dark side to it. So like his style with these kind of like artistic little splashes and watercolor and like kind of grittier and stuff, like it's perfect for it. So like I can't love it enough. It just turned out better than I ever could have imagined. So I feel really fortunate that we crossed paths.
Since you're talking about it, let's start showing off a little bit of the inside and here's the cover, folks. Tell me, isn't that dope? And talking about watercolor and look because one of my favorite watercolor type artists in comics is David Mack. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
No, I think there's a whole bunch of people I should maybe know, but don't know. There's a lot of people to learn and get to know.
Yeah, so I'm digging it. Definitely a very eerie vibe there with what's popping. And check out some of these interiors too, because look at this. Ooh. So you have control too? Is it you guys or is it all Paul with the panel and how everything works? Because not to be spoilerish, but there's a lot of pages that basically are kind of quiet and the art tells the story beautifully.
Yeah, as well. So that was kind of thing. So, and I know when I was writing the scripts, because like this first issue is very much just Lily for the most part until like the very end. Like she has a few interactions with people, but there's not a lot of dialogue. And I know when I was writing this, I was actually like really a bit like nervous about it because it's like, should I be adding narration? Should I have like, kind of like how they have like the boxes where like people kind of have her like an internal monologue. And his big suggestion was just like, he's like, don't worry, he's just like, just let the art tell the story. And so like I like had everything laid out and like had all the panels lined up and stuff. So I kind of just had to trust the process and trust the artist. And it's like there's not a lot of, and I still think still, even now that it's out, I have that like little bit of nervous. I'm like, did we do it justice? And I think we did, but like,
yes,
again, it's just like, it's so hard. It's just like, again, you're so close to it, right? So you want to like, do people, thanks htis, but and the other guy you mentioned it too, sorry I missed his name, but
that was Captain Puncho.
Captain Puncho, thanks Captain Puncho. I'll let the artist know too, but yeah, and it was just it's just like, it's great how it kind of all like fell out, and like Nicholas is really good at expressions and stuff, and we just like worked really well together, and I think it all flowed really well, and I hope the story comes across. I hope that it's enough to kind of keep people interested for the next issues and stuff, and people get it. But it's a lot of like, you really have to look at the art to like get the story. Like there is dialogue and stuff like along the way, but it's very, the art tells the story in this one.
I love stuff like that, because again, that makes me look at every corner, middle, if you will, section of each panel to see what's even within them, because sometimes you find that there are things in the background or right in the forefront where it's like, okay, this is a big part of the story here. This is amazing.
And like a lot of that, like this panel, like, or page right here, it's just like she's holding this ornament, and like this like it means something to her, and like you don't necessarily know what, because you don't know all of her backstory. And I guess that's something worth mentioning too, is that this is kind of almost a sequel in a way, because we wrote htis and I wrote Points of Villainy, Points of Virtue, and that's where Lily first appears, and you kind of get more information there. So like there's
speculators. Speculators. The first app is
so you actually need to go buy the book because there's actually 2 short stories in there, and it's a prose book, and one of them is told from her daughter's perspective, Hannah, and the other one is told from her story, and that's all during the event. And so the whole point of this is it takes 3 months after the event, and during that story there's this big encounter she has, and this is kind of like 3 months after she like wakes up in a morgue, and she doesn't remember the last 3 months, and she's just like has this kind of like these powers, and she's kind of having these like being haunted by these kind of flashbacks and stuff. So like I guess she kind of has like some memories, but like they're all like jumbled, and she can't make sense of them, and so she doesn't like know anything. She doesn't know what happened since that like one encounters in that one book. So
yeah, and I love that panel, especially when you mentioned when she's holding these snowmen, because I immediately saw that as, okay, she definitely has a family connection, what's going on, and you could see the pain in her eyes in the second panel. It's something very hurtful. So, I really want to know.
And that's like, and then like obviously, like I'm not going to give away all the spoilers, but like it does talk about, like in the blurb on the back of the comic, it talks about how she's trying to find her family because she doesn't know if they're alive since the event. So that's like what she's trying to do, and then she kind of has this like these new kind of abilities thrust upon her that she's trying to navigate as well and deal with.
So everybody must feel like she keeps mentioning the event. What is
the event? The
We're
mysterious event. Points of Villainy, Points of Virtue gives you a whole bunch of information if you want to learn about the event.
I love it. and folks, if you want to know where to get it, just go right. That's the link tree. Okay, it has links to everything. But go to visit the website, ASAP Imagination. You have links to buy not just Sister Grimm, but perspectives as well. So that way you could check out what she's talking about and get all those tidbits about the event and meet Lily for the first time.
And there's 16 stories, and they're all like super creepy and full of horror and stuff. So Points of Villainy, Points of Virtue. Go get it.
I love it. It was for charity, but it's a horror story. Oh God, no.
Oh no, that one's not for charity. That was our original one. The Perspectives one is for charity. Points of Villainy, Points of Virtue was
that's right.
for profit.
And to mention as well, that was a flip book. Right?
Yeah. I don't have it. Cool. My life is a little chaos. I should have brought it, and so I can just do that.
But that's a really cool book. It's chaos. So is mine. I mean, this is my normal studio, but not a problem.
Yeah, fair.
And then look at this. Look at her. Look at all these panels, and just look at her eyes. That's what I always kind of look at, and he does a real good job with that.
Yeah, he's so good at when he gets close-ups and stuff on faces. Like he does an incredible job. And then we had Chess, or I guess Charity has. She's the one who did the lettering on this and stuff. So
good job too, like
And
placement of the
I
letterings.
think it's her. I think this is like her first comic with lettering as well. So it's all of her first. Nicholas, he's working on a comic with his brother, but he's a history. I'm hoping I'm getting all these facts right, but I'm gonna try. So I think he's a history teacher, and so he's like a big history buff, and him and his brother are working on a history comic on Argentinian history, and it's all in
Ooh.
Spanish, I believe. And then so this is his like first comic that's like out there and published in the world, but he has like a few kind of projects and stuff he's still working on. And then obviously Chess has her own, like, where she's the main artist on it, coming out this month. She's got Whole coming out in a couple weeks, so it's very exciting for her. And this is her first lettering gig as far as I'm aware. I'm trying to rack my brain, but I think this is it.
That's amazing. Yeah. But look at what you guys are doing, opening opportunities up for so many people, around the world, if you will.
Yeah, it's really cool because I'm in Canada and she's in, we'll say the States. I forget exactly where. and then he's in Argentina, and I actually don't know exactly where in Argentina he is either. But...
All we need is a Central American. You got all the Americas covered.
We got the Americas.
We're going to talk about this too in a minute. We're going to talk about that too in a minute. But the book, is this a mini series? Is it going to be an ongoing? What's the plan with the story?
So this kind of one, it was actually once upon a time I was writing it as a graphic novel, but now it's going to be kind of a 4-issue arc. So this one will kind of, everything should there should be a whole bunch of loose ends tied up at the end of issue 4. So, and the next one's slated for early next year. Got a few other projects coming up before then, and a whole bunch of stuff from the main continuity. So obviously people can keep an eye out for that. And all of these stories, they're in the same universe, so they all link. So you can get little Easter eggs from everything. But,
so you're telling me then that in this event type book, because again, we're going to get other books within the ASAP Imagination universe that's going to mention the event as well. So we're going to start having a real main continuity, as you said. Is dope. Do you know which other books are involved in the continuity? Can you even
so right now we got Messiah. So ones that are out, there's Messiah #1, there's OBSEC #1, there's Sisterhood #1, there is Dead of Night #1, and we have Whole #1 coming out this month. So those are the main 5, and then Points of Villainy, Points of Virtue is the one that kind of like explains the event right now, so it ties them all together. And that one's the prose book, the prose flip book.
Wait a minute, I gotta find out. At the shop at asapimagination.com, can we get like a bundle, with the books and all 5 comics?
Right now they're just all individually out, and especially because Whole isn't out right now. I imagine once we have all of the first issues and coming up on Christmas and stuff, there may be something in there for people. Maybe something coming up.
Let's do that. The ASAP first issue special, in case you missed it. Yes.
Yeah. This has been a big year for first issues. Like Messiah #1 came out before this year, but this has been a big year for getting out all the other stories. So it's pretty exciting, and they all give you little hints into the universe, and then I think it's like super cool. And eventually, like the more the stories progress and stuff, the more intertwined they're all going to get, and with obviously cameos from other characters and all that stuff. So
so we're gonna see them show up and cross between books then.
For sure. Like that's the whole fun. And there's going to be more stories and more characters. Like we got a big old list of stuff coming. So we're just a little startup with it, and a small team though, right? So it takes time to get stuff up, and obviously it takes time to write and raise kids, have lives, and then draw and all that stuff. So
I was gonna say, you better train that baby ASAP to, no pun intended, to start cleaning and cooking as mama works.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what I said, matches and here's the stove. I'm busy.
Oh wow, you still work with gas? My God.
Yeah, no, we got electric. We got electric, yeah. The old house actually had gas, but I got the toddler, but I'll just give her the matches instead.
How do you do this, Mack? Remember, kids, don't turn on the gas first. Just wait till that match is on and then go for it, all right?
Yeah. Safety first.
So this book is out now, and again, I'm going to repeat, you can pick up the copy, asapimagination.com. You just look up for Sister Grimm issue 1.
It's in print and digital.
Oh snap! You hear that? So if you want something that looks nice, some shelf porn, if you will, and put that on your shelf, definitely get that physical copy. And if you don't want to damage it, go ahead and get the digital too.
Yeah.
Spend the way, folks. Spend the way.
Both is an option. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't wait for delivery.
Yeah, get both, folks. That way and like I asked Samia the other day, also part of the family. Do you have autographed copies of this as well, or what? If we want a nice autographed L.A. Cunningham #1.
Not right this second. I will be at a Comic-Con, my first Comic-Con in like a month, actually literally a month. I think it's on the 16th. So I'll be there. So, but I obviously it's not accessible to everybody, but if anyone's in Edmonton, Canada, I'll be there.
So what's the con? So what's the name of the con? Do you know your booth number? That we gotta start building the hype, kiddo.
It's called the Edmonton Expo. I don't know my booth number, but I'll be at a place called Artist Alley with a whole bunch of, basically a lot of artists. And then I imagine there'll be other indie creators there. So yeah, we'll be selling all the main continuity and the stuff from the NE1 world and giveaways and all kinds of little fun stuff. So
you know what has to happen, right? You have to give me a buzz then from when you're there, and we could do something on site. And again, you're going to be chilling with artists, or AKA future collaborators, because once they get to know you and what ASAP is up to, you're about to sweep that whole floor.
Yeah. And honestly, I went to just as a guest, I went to the one, because I'm in Calgary, and I went to the Calgary one, which is actually the first time going to a Comic-Con. I'm late to this whole world. So yeah, it was interesting. I'm just like, oh man, I want to like meet local people and like artists and other writers and stuff, and like visit comic shops and actually like, because I think with the whole pandemic world, right, like everything's been so online since I kind of started this whole thing. And so like we meet a lot of people, but like it's the face-to-face is always through the screen, right? So I'm actually excited to actually go meet some people and see my book and our other books and stuff in people's hands and see who's going to read them. So it's exciting.
I hear you. Experience life, right? We're free. Yay. I know you lined up your babysitter and everything already, right? So yeah, we can have a good day.
My poor parents. They're I think they're getting both the kids, and I actually think they're getting my brother's kid as well. So
what's poppin', 6 Element? Where pa? That's right, baby. How you doing? Check out my big homie too. He's 6 Element of hip hop. Loves comic books and covers a lot of comic book and TV content. You gotta check out the big homie. He does his show live as well. So he's one of the few like me, brethren, the live brothers.
Yeah.
And gives you a salute. So, all right. So I want to get into this too. Okay, so you mentioned it. We're going to see you at a convention real soon, within a month. You got to give us the booth number so we could tell people where to meet you.
I don't know the booth number just yet. I think I haven't got all my details just yet, but
no problem. But since you're talking about conventions, Laurie, I know you guys at ASAP are up to some crazy awesome stuff.
Yep.
Boom! Holy smokes! The NE1 Con, August 25th and 26th virtual event. Talk about it. What's popping with this? Explain, Laurie, explain.
So 2 years ago, a man with a dream started a company. So basically, this is in celebration of ASAP's 2-year anniversary since we've been putting stuff out there. And so August 26th is the official 2-year anniversary. And to celebrate, we wanted to do something special. And we have this huge community of people online. So we wanted to do kind of a little online con. So we have some panels, we have some giveaways, we have some game shows, we have some talks and stuff. And so yeah, we're just gonna try and make it fun, and we have some fun announcements and stuff, and it should be the release of Whole, which is another of Hades's and comic, and Chess is the artist on that one. So yeah, it's just going to be a super fun time, all online. I think everything's basically going to be live. I don't think we're pre-recording everything, so it's going to be just winging it all. But we have some like fun plans and stuff, and it should be a good fun time and nice. We want to keep it nice and casual and informal, and just sit down and geek out with all of our friends and community and stuff. So
I'm definitely going to be there. for sure. I have to
Cool,
talk to
cool.
all of y'all. Yeah, like I
Yeah,
did the
because
last
I
time.
think we'll mostly be. I think it'll be like. I think we're doing stuff on like Twitch. Oh yeah, we had Twitch and stuff. We have some artists doing some like live drawing and stuff. Two of our artists. So we'll be on Twitch, and I think we're on YouTube and Instagram. We have some interviews and talks and stuff. So just all over the place. We'll just be bombarding social media and all.
Anyone
all
is going
sides.
to listen. What you guys are gonna do? Y'all gonna make every social media just crash. That's what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
that's the goal. That's the goal. Yeah, we just want to have, like I said, we just want to have fun and geek out with people and just celebrate. Like this is a big milestone for us. We're a small little company still, but we're small but mighty.
You're little
Like,
giants. Forget about it.
yeah, like it's hard to believe it. It's one of those things where it's hard to believe it's already 2 years, but also hard to believe it's only been 2 years because it feels like things are just. We got some momentum now, and things are just feel like they're taking off. So it's super fun to be a part of, and I don't know, it's one of those things where like it doesn't even feel like some days there's a few things that are a little more grindy than others, but it doesn't really feel like work. Like this is fun, right? Just putting
Yeah,
all this stuff out there.
absolutely. Because again, what you and Hades are putting together here is great. And again, like I said, real indie, like real support, worldwide teams. My man had a plan when I spoke to him, and it's true. Holy
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
2 years, and I've known him for a little bit longer than that already. That's crazy. Because when
Yeah,
he
same.
birthed
Like
the
I've known
idea,
him
he
for
spoke to me.
almost like 3.5 years or so because we just met online too. But yeah, like I think I kind of like met him right around when he like or maybe a little bit before he stumbled across Comic Crusaders and stuff and started doing
Yeah.
reviews and stuff for you guys. So yeah, it's crazy just like how quickly everything has happened, and it's crazy thinking where we're going to be a year from now because this is going to be like the first annual one is the idea. So hopefully we're going to do the Anyone Con every year, assuming it goes
Yes.
as goes as planned. So yeah, I think it'll be super fun. And like I know last year we kind of celebrated with the release of the with our charity anthology and the kind of the launch of the Anyone World and the creator-owned platform and stuff. So I know it's just fun. It's just every year it seems like we've got, like I said, we have more fun announcements and stuff this year. So we hope people will tune in and have some fun and hang out with us.
Yeah, they got to. And if you need to know all the links, all you really got to do, follow all things ASAP via their link tree, ASAP Imagination. So linktr.ee/ASAP Imagination. You'll see all their platforms there. So pick the platform of choice. They will be streaming to it, on the weekend of the 25th and 26th of this month. All right. You guys got to watch. It's going to be a lot of fun. Paul will be, I believe he has shared the idea of a program. I don't know if he's put it out on public display yet.
I don't think we haven't officially released it yet, but it'll be coming very, very soon. Yeah, we just want to make sure
this next weekend, kiddos.
Knows the platform first, or knows the timeline first. So,
we got to figure it out. It's next weekend. It's exciting. I'm getting excited for you guys. Yeah. I did my own, so I know how it is and how much planning it takes and time. And you guys got this. You guys are pros. Come on now.
Oh, yeah, we got this for sure. Never a doubt.
And this is the thing, folks. Let me remove that band real quick. But you see, I've been showing it. But look, right all nice and neat in front of you. This is what you got to do. Pick up that's the first thing you got to do. That's your top priority today.
Yeah.
Pick up your copy of Sister Grimm. All right? Pick it up at ASAP Imagination or lacunningham.com. Then go ahead and follow everything ASAP, which is Imagination and E1 World. As I just said it, the letter N, the letter E, the number 1, and then world.com. Then for the kiddies, there's asapminis.com. You go check out. And of course, all over the Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at ASAP Imagination. All right. Now, with LA Cunningham, you got, again, I already told you, go to that site. It's not just this book, but all her awesome and dope work is up on that. All right. Now to the socials. She has not yet secured all her names. So on Twitter, it's LAURCUNN. On Instagram is LACUinsta. And TikTok L.A.Cunningham. All right. Those are the ones you'll follow, show some love, show some support for this amazing female independent creator. And there you go. Element says, I got your back. So he'll be tuning in as well and rocking it.
I want to say if anyone is buying our books or reading our books and loves them, like take pictures, tag us. We love to see people with our stuff. So it's good it's nice to know when stuff's getting out there and people are enjoying it. So
please, when you send us those pictures, please be dressed as you show them. That'll be nice. Okay. We don't want no naughty stuff.
Yeah. Otherwise, give it that NS, was it the not safe for work?
Yeah, right.
No.
So there she goes. She says, "Go ahead and share them anyway. Just
Yeah,
tag it."
just share it. Just so we
Uh,
know what we're getting into.
all right, right. Don't you dare surprise me. Like my brother says, don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, in this version of that you, I mean, this past few times that you've been on, since then to now, again, writing, having the baby, but doing your comic book and your editing, again, salute to you, a woman that does everything. That's salute,
At
salute
least
the
I
strong
pretend
ladies.
to.
So, any type of advice you'd give to people kind of in the same shoes? How do you even
Um,
manage time? You know what I mean? You got me here curious because
no, it's one of those. I need to, in a weird way, I need to set low expectations for myself. It's one of those things where it's just like I need to like I can't get too ambitious. Like I need to make sure I prioritize time for myself, and like I heavily rely on family for that. Like so I could get a little bit of time to do stuff and do podcasts and stuff like that. Like I need someone to watch the kids and go to Comic Cons, and like it's tough. I don't, if you had to do this by yourself, I don't know how you do it, or without someone who's like very supportive of you. So thankfully I have a good team of people, and I work with very understanding people who understand that my time is very weird. Like doing late night feeds and stuff is actually kind of good when you work with people all over the world. You're like, oh good, you're up. But yeah, it's tough. I don't know if I'm doing it right, and I'm probably trying to do too much still, but I don't know, when everything means so much to you, how do you prioritize all these things? So I don't know, you just grind it out, and hopefully you have a support team to
yes,
get you
agreed.
through it when you're crying and overwhelmed.
No, but you're right. That is one of the most important things, is having that support, in your partner or in your team or just, friends. I'm
Yeah.
lucky. I have that. And, Paul has that through all of us and you guys at ASAP. So he has like 3 families. He has a lot of mouths to feed
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. If you don't, yeah, definitely. If you don't have that support from the blood family, if you can go get that from your chosen family, that's
Yeah.
actually sometimes even more important. To be fair.
Yeah. And to answer Six Elements question, I am in a basement, not a boiler room. And I agree. It was a great movie. And that was my life when I did Wall Street back in the 90s. I lived that boiler room life. So yeah, I understand. It is that crazy. And I was lucky enough to get out before the feds did some crazy shit. My life is also could be a comic book. I'll tell you that much. Um, I may want to do that, but
You
let's
get that
see.
vibe where it looks like if someone were to walk down the stair with a knife, I wouldn't be so surprised.
Now you don't even start looking back. Like, yo,
I'm watching you. I'll let you know. Don't
oh no,
worry.
it's gonna turn into one of those new horror movies where everybody's on a stream. They're like, oh my god, there's somebody
Yeah,
behind you. They're
yeah,
like, shut up, and then somebody stabs the shit out of them all of a sudden. Like, oh my god,
yeah,
those movies
yeah.
creep me out though. I don't like those because it's
Yeah,
too real for me,
yeah.
too
Things are
much.
getting too real in this conversation all of a sudden.
Man, it's gonna make me start hopping around like I'm looking. Oh shit, wait a minute, angel
Yeah.
dust. What's going on? But no, you're awesome, Roy. For real, I definitely appreciate your time today. I appreciate the fact that the way that you work, where you work with Paul. He has nothing but a very high regard. Always speaks so highly of you, and again, that's what I'm talking about. That support, that love. You guys working together.
Yeah, we have a
As
great
colleagues,
team.
kicking ass.
Great.
Well, it's the thing. His name is Hades, but he's no devil.
Yeah,
He's a saint.
Paul. Yeah. I tell him I only use his real name when I really want him to listen, and Paul is great.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You doing that's the mom thing. When I hear my full name, I'm like, oh god, I'm actually in
Yeah, it's
trouble though.
a triple name. It's just like, listen to me.
Yeah. When I hear Alexander, I'm like, oh god, what did I do?
Oh
What did I
no, oh
do?
no.
So now you're awesome. Again, let me repeat again. Big shout out to Paul, to Reno, to Captain Puncho, and everyone else that joined. That's great. So, let me show the banners again one more time because this is South, 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 kiddo. You got to make it rain on ASAP, baby, ASAP. You get it? So again, follow Laurie on the socials. They're right there. They're also on the bottom in the notes. So you just click away. Be like, yeah, go here, go here. Say how much you love the books. Pick up the books. Get that physical copy, okay? And then if you happen to be in Canada, all right, next month, now you could see her in person and get that joint signed, baby. That'd be
Yeah.
great. And of course, show love to all ASAP family. All right, follow all things ASAP on their link tree. You'll get all the deets, especially for what's popping on the 25th and 26th with the Anyone Con. All right, make sure you are there. Don't you be a loser and not attend that. You're gonna regret if you do not go. You must go and watch because you're going to be home on your laptop watching it. All right, you're not going out nowhere. Go ahead and grab your beer, grab your juice, whatever your vice is, and enjoy the Anyone Con. Comment and show the love. Show the love. And so visit the website and buy all the books. You guys got to do that super bundle that includes the points of ability, points of virtue with all the number ones. You guys got to do that. The bundle, the event.
Like I said, keep an eye out. There's stuff coming.
Teasing. There are teases. She's such a tease.
Yeah.
Man, I'm about to throw my wallet on the screen. I want it now. All right. Yes, folks. Actually, still carry a wallet. Yeah. Right. So visit that website. All right. Show the love to everybody. Support indie today and always. I'm your homie, Almega, with the amazingly talented and awesome Laurie Cunningham. She's about to take a break on this weekend and decompress. And when she comes back on this small break, a break is a break. Let me tell you, if I get an hour outside now, it's a lot. You know what I mean?
You know, sometimes I need breaks to write and do that stuff. So I actually get a little bit more time sometimes when I go on breaks to actually work.
Right? Yo, listen, that's my lunchtime. You think I actually eat lunch? I'm editing some other stuff. I feel you. I feel you, Laurie.
Yeah.
For real. Yo. Salute you. All right. So, folks, you know what to do. Please visit everything Comic Crusaders at comiccrusaders.com. Check out my extended family, undercovercape.com. And of course, all my other homies, like 6 Element of Hip Hop. You got critics. Oh my God, So is the podcast. Go Media, all of those. You know what I mean? Check out everybody, the family and the extended friends. All right. And with that, I'm your boy Omega. Much love. Hasta la próxima. All right. Wepa! Woo! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.